So, tell me, what are we going to talk about today?
Today on Keepin the Geek Bros podcast, it's the Future of the Galaxy special. Yes, I'm still delaying the 100 episode because I can do that. We're going to be discussing the state of Star Wars, the curious case of Kathleen Kennedy, and a rumor Disney
white slavers
to retcon a sequel trilogy. All this and more in this week's episode of Keepin the Geek Bros, a family podcast, allegedly. Stay tuned.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, Keeping Up with the Geek Bros.
Yes. Keepin the Geek Bros podcast. I'm your host, Vibe, and with me, my fellow co-hosts. Yep.
Darth Flex. Sorry.
That's it.
That cough got me. I just didn't want to scare the listeners with my cough. You know what I'm saying?
Garbanzo.
And the beautiful Raziel.
The beautiful Raziel. Yes, Darth Flex, before we get to these fine topics, tell these awesome people where to find us.
All right, you beautiful citizens of the world. In bleak times, you can find us
Your
on
deep sigh is crazy.
Instagram and Twitter at Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEKBR0S. Now, if you need some motivation or just to get away from this current world, get it from reality, I don't know. If you're tired of wasting time looking at the Reddits that Roz sends you, you can absolutely spend your time looking at our Facebook page at facebook.com/geekbros with a 0. You can also email us. You can also email us at geekbros with a 0. Of course, we're still waiting for dog pictures. Man, thank you. You're sending us some pretty good content. For sure, if you have a dog or I don't know. If you have a dog, send a picture of the dog. But also, free shit, man. We have plenty of Corona free shit to give away.
Allegedly.
I assure you that Vibe will sterilize everything as he sends it out.
Personally, I will personally sterilize it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure UPS and FedEx and the USPS does practice proper shipping protocols.
Yes. Oh, of course.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Without question.
Of course they do.
Now, if you want to check out this beautiful concoction of Corona-free, raw, unadulterated handsomeness known as the Geek Bros, you can check us out on youtube.com/Vibe Studios. That's VIBEREVSCUDIOS.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then the first, possibly, the way they're going, the last place to find the Geek Bros.
The last place.
BBGC.com.
The first? What? Medium?
So I'm trying to. Are you what are you going through there, Flex? There's no life in that. Like you sound, your eyes are squinty.
Yes,
I wonder what you're on.
So, COVID-19 has pretty much ruined my education. I have no. So my current program is me being able to use the laboratory and test out athletes on the equipment. I can say this because by myself, I can calibrate it. So I'm really fucking good at calibrating laboratory equipment, but I have nobody to test on it. So I'm pretty much paying $3,000 to fucking learn how to calibrate shit and how to use it. On top of that, I was supposed to fly out to Kansas City for an Invicta fight.
Yes.
For the main event, I'm the weight cut specialist, SNC coach for the female fighter that I've been sending you pictures of, Janaisa Morjean. She's been working hard for everything. Today we got the news that she's only allowed to bring one coach, so obviously it's going to be her corner, not me. So I'm going to FaceTime with her, but it is kind of a inconvenience because a weight cut is a very intimate and physical thing in the sense that I have to be there to make sure she dehydrates properly and doesn't freak out. So that's kind of rough, So it's now really truly messing with my education and my career. So yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you so down before. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart.
I don't know if you know this. I know it's hard to tell about how much you'll talk about Wonder Woman, but I'm absolutely for female advancement, and my passion is female combat athletes, and this is probably one of the biggest feats in my career and studies when it comes to female athletes, and it kind of just it's a downer that worked so hard for all this, and now it's like
You
no.
can see the fruits of your labor. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was down. On brighter news, we've come some questions from
Please.
you, the audience. I'm putting the razor down. From IG comments, we've got today. Actually, Squeezy Bits said so. The Umbrella Academy season 2 trailer and the Boys season 2 trailer is out. Opinions. So I haven't seen it yet. So what I told him is, if you could please send us his reaction. I'm going to ask you, Geek Bros, Mr. Roz, Mr. Flex, and Mr. Garbanzo, if you guys can watch the trailers and send me just a quick mini review or mini reaction on your cell phone landscape, please, and just send it to me through WhatsApp. I'm gonna just do a quick compilation, 2 mini-sodes, and throw it out there because we haven't done a mini-sode in a while. So yes, Squeezy Bits, we are going to with your reaction as well, going to put up 2 mini-sodes of the Geek Bros reacting / reviewing season 2 of Umbrella Academy and The Boys season 2, and throw it out there, and that'll be up at latest. Well, depending upon when I get the footage from the gentleman, but I would like to say by the weekend. So look forward to that.
Won't take long.
YouTube comments, as youtube.com/Vibert Studios. Man commented, strippers' names, Vibrator.
That's actually pretty good.
Was it Flexi Sticks or Flexi Stick? Okay.
I like Han Solo.
He said Roz, the Wizard of. And I'll need more time to make them Star Wars themes. LOL. So thanks, man, for your comment. That's really.
I think
what
for Lewis, Bean speaks for itself because you're constantly flicking it, right?
Bean Flicker. Call him Bean Flicker.
Yeah.
No. All right. I like it. All right. So, gents, what's on your mind? Sword Flex.
Oh.
You give me something upbeat. We got the downbeat. Give me something upbeat that's on your mind.
Cool. Yeah. So I just got a new bed frame. Just built it up. It's mahogany, pretty nice. So it's nice. But obviously, I had to get
Madera fina.
a step for my older dogs because they're older. And then I installed some Edison lights. We installed some Edison lights in my bed. Had the electrician come in. They put them next to each side. Looks nice. Looks kind of like a porn scene. So that's pretty cool.
I like that.
That's nice.
Other than that, I started watching Ju-on Netflix. It's kind of the stories that the movie The Grudge is based on. They're pretty good. I mean, it's not scary at all in my opinion, but they are good in the sense of storytelling. I did appreciate that. And let's see. Been going to the Big Bang Theory again. To stay happy. A post surgery. I've been running. I'm up 3 miles, not as fast as I normally did it, but it's better than nothing. It feels good. Feels good getting in there. Feels good. Working out, stretching my legs, getting the blood flowing again. Definitely gonna get all this weight off. I'm 230 pounds. Need to be around 200 or 205. So yeah. Just taking it day by day.
You got this, bro.
I'm about to finish this semester in 2 weeks, so that's a good thing. I'm about to finish the semester. Unfortunately, I'm finishing a semester kind of incomplete, but whatever.
I said uppers.
Oh,
Garbanzo, what's on your mind?
Cocaine.
Cocaine. Yes, cocaine's
All
always
right. Everything's been pretty good. Miss Disney wifey just started a new job this week. Super excited for her. That's always a fun thing. Also, this just came in the mail, and I am super stoked to finally try this out. This is the Rick and Morty D&D module. Now, the whole thing is I was opening it up already, but so the actual module was called The Lost Dungeon of Rickigness, Big Rick Energy.
That's good.
I like that.
Uh,
It comes with all the dice needed for the game. It also comes with a rule book, which is very different than, well, not very different. It's just it's adjusted slightly
Is it a
to regular D&D. Huh?
Is it a composition notebook?
Well, no, it just looks like a composition notebook. It looks like a grid paper because you usually use grid paper to draw out the maps in D&D. And then also it has an actual like little DM curtain that
is nice.
that kind of holds like so they can't see what you're rolling, and also gives you all a bunch of different information about things that are going on in the game.
You can't see what you're showing because your screen is blurred.
Oh well, I'm just kind of well, that's okay. That way it's more surprises later. And it actually comes with all the sheets are actually all pre-made, so you don't even have to build a character. You
Is
just gotta run it.
somebody's fan on?
Not I.
I hear a. Is it just me? No, it's not me. I wouldn't hear myself in my own ear headphones.
All right,
Okay, cool. It's over now. It's gone now.
Yay!
Must have been a
besides
fart.
That was a big fart. Besides that, everything's been pretty good, man. Just taking things day by day. The nursery's coming along quickly. Getting some stuff for the walls. Most of the furniture's already here. And I'm just stoked and happy, man. Yeah. Yay.
Well, yeah, that's what I like to hear. Mr. Roz, what is on your mind, good sir?
Uppers, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, because Flex really turned to put his
No,
mouth.
honestly,
But
I mean, nothing.
whatever's on your mind. Whatever's on your mind. I still want
Evo
to.
got canceled, so that kind of sucks. So the big fighting game tournament has been canceled. But I'm house hunting, so everything kind of sucks right now.
Oh,
Dude.
wow.
I just took Renee house hunting.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting to do it in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, what is it like? Everybody's hand sanitizing and taking off shoes, or what's? Why is it interesting?
Because half of the places are like, we'll send you pictures.
Oh yeah.
That's super annoying.
But do they have virtual tours now? Do they have those things?
But those suck.
Like,
Those
Oh my
are
god,
terrible.
yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
so
But it's like everybody takes a picture with like an old Nokia, man.
oh,
Everything is like a potato took a picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
one thing I forgot to mention. I also got a new gaming headset. I got my my Steel Series.
Mhm.
They're charging right now, but yeah, I'm gonna be trying that out tonight.
I like it, and that dovetails onto what I want to talk about. Why is there a shortage on controllers? What happened?
Oh, everything's
You can't find
everything.
Xbox. You can't find Switch.
Wait.
You can't find PS4. What happened? Where are all the game
Wait.
controllers?
Can I help with this one? Because I actually had to
Please.
do okay. So, it's not just game controllers. It's not just systems. It's also printers, headsets,
What?
mics, webcams.
Mhm.
Most major like things that for gaming or even just like for working at home. Laptops are actually kind of scarce right now for certain types of laptops.
Nice.
Gaming mice, dude. Like it was a pain in the ass just to get this the set that the wife needed for work. It's just crazy. Luckily for her, they sent her almost everything she needed. So
Right.
she's got some stuff that she wanted. But I
But
asked around.
why?
I did a little research. Hold on. So there was the shortage was because most of the factories in China got shut down for about 3 months. That's one. So the back stock was going out, but then everyone also started working from home or staying home. So they started buying everything, all the stuff they needed. So between the shortage and the lack of items, now things already come back into circulation. So now, in the next month or
since
so.
when? Okay, I was gonna say last week I was on a hunt.
Oh no, dude.
Literally last week.
It took me literally about 4 or 5 days, and also the problem is that people are also gouging. What's going on? They're going to Best Buy when the stuff comes in, buy all of them, and then double the price on Amazon.
Oh.
So you
Wow.
can find any of that stuff you want. You can find it on Amazon, but you're gonna pay twice the price.
Well, I went
And
on
it's
Amazon and
horrible.
most of them said not in stock, not in stock, not in stock. Like I must look like an idiot. I'm in GameStop and I'm like, yeah, let me get a Xbox controller. We wouldn't have any stock. I looked at it like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't have a controller in stock? That doesn't make any sense. Like I literally couldn't fathom that the cheeks would. None of them have any stock. And I said, what? I said, okay, I'm gonna go to Target, not in Target. I said, I'm gonna go to Best Buy, not Best Buy. I went to Walmart, not at Walmart. And I remember sitting in my car. I was with my youngest brother, and I just holding onto my steering wheel, like, what is happening? Like, controllers. Where are the controllers? It boggled my mind. But now, thank you for clarifying that for me, because I thought like something was going on. Like controllers.
The whole thing
If-
is,
Oh,
yeah, go ahead. No, go
No,
ahead.
I was gonna say you can find. I just went to Microsoft's
Yeah.
online store. They have like 1,000 different controllers there. Just a heads up.
Xbox.
Hmm?
So why are they out of stock everywhere else? They're hoarding their own. Then I assume.
Yeah, they're
Just buy it from
their own stuff.
Microsoft.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Well-
Microsoft is gonna charge more money. Like
No.
$10-15 more.
No. Same price.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Then I know what I'm doing because I need to order.
Don't you have honey?
Huh?
Whatever that shit is.
I got your honey right here. Mwah.
Yeah, or you can get it on Wish.com for like $11.
Oh yeah.
Get like
And
20
Kobe.
controllers for $11.
They're probably all out of stock there.
Dude, hold
too.
up. I saw a Claymore on Wish.com.
Huh?
Oh yeah, it's a piece of metal that happens to be shaped like a sword that somebody found at a construction site, and that's what they're gonna
Dude,
mail
some
to
of
you.
the shit. Do you know what's? So I downloaded Wish.com specifically to only look at like the sex stuff, like just for fun. I'm not gonna buy any of that shit, but like it's just interesting.
Sure.
Some of this, they had weights for your nutsack. That's really interesting.
Dude,
To do what?
fetishes go
Oh,
deep,
for
man.
finishes. Oh, I thought it was like for something. Okay.
No, I mean it says it's supposed to elongate your sack. But I mean,
Why would you?
Exactly.
Why?
I don't know, but
Because you want to listen. Let me tell you a story.
comical.
You want to
It is
go to
comical.
the beach. You want to sit in the beach chairs, and you want your junk to fall through the slats. So when you stand up, it just pop right off. There you go.
Yep. At least the sound will keep it warm, and it'll kill some of the sperm cells.
Oh, sure, of course.
But, you know,
And with that, we're gonna move on to what's going on with the Geek Bros. The Geek Bros have officially decided that next week we will be doing our unofficial 100 episode. We are gonna have an open forum. Each Geek Bro will be doing their own segment or two. It'll be fun. They'll present what they present. We will respond accordingly or not respond accordingly, and hopefully we'll have the return of the original host. We haven't secured that yet, but it's there. And I finally get to debut what I talked about months ago, which is our special intro that was created by and performed by written by me, but performed by Piano Dean. Our Cheers opening parody, which is gonna be really fun. I enjoyed it. It was great working with an
I
artist.
can't wait.
It was that was fun. I mean, I'm not a musician. I can't do anything, but I can definitely write some song lyrics with nonsensical song lyrics with a true artist. So that was fun, and I look forward to actually working with him some more. We're gonna debut it. Then we're gonna give you the information. He actually is gonna be debuting it on his YouTube channel as a compilation because he does it for other artists as well. So it's gonna be great. So check that out. I'm excited. Next week, the unofficial 100 episode of Keepin the Geek Bros, a family podcast.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, if this is your first time listening to our broadcast, then please take a moment to subscribe, leave a review on your favorite podcasting app. For some reason, we are not on iHeartRadio. I'm working on that. Somebody told me I can't find us there either, and I'm working with iHeartRadio, so we'll be back up there shortly. If you're watching us, then please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. YouTube has recently changed its algorithm to favor corporate channels, so independent productions like ours are being recommended. They're reducing our views and limiting our exposure to new audience. So, without further ado, the Future of the Galaxy special starts now.
Dun,
The
dun, dun.
world
Hey, they have a lot of umbrellas on Wish. I'm sorry, that was just random. They have a lot of weird
You're
umbrellas
on
on
Wish too? I'm
For
gonna Wish
us.
when I have Flex talking. The world as it is today. Spiking COVID-19 cases, continued racial tensions, shutdowns, curfews abound. But will somebody please think about TikTok? What about TikTok? As the threats of the U.S. banning TikTok has begun. Discuss.
Actually, I'll take this one first, because it'll be very brief. At first, I did not like TikTok just because it seemed pretty annoying, but it is a huge component as what we do for a service as far as strength and conditioning and physiology and so on. We post a lot of like correctional videos, a lot of nutrition videos, a lot of wake up videos, a lot of MMA stuff on TikTok. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, I don't really know much about it other than it helps.
So TikTok sucks in every possible way it could. Everything you just listed right now is super cool story. However, it's a fucking piece of software that does nothing but gather user information and send it off to China.
But doesn't all
Full
these
stop.
apps do the same thing? All these apps gather information. All
So-
these apps are sold to different people. Like that
Not
is the
only does it do that, but it also contains code that allows it to surreptitiously execute software that can be downloaded to your mobile device.
So it
That's a big
downloads-
deal.
So it downloads spyware and firmware.
So it can download
Stuff-
spyware
stuff
and
that is-
auto execute it.
But is that not the inherent risk now of any of these apps now? Because you're signing
No.
terms and conditions. They're gonna gather your data. They're gonna sell your data. They're gonna exploit your data. You know that's why They're gonna slave your microphone. They're gonna hear you talk about Wish, and guess what? On all our Facebook feeds, we're gonna see Wish things pop up.
Facebook, Google, all of these things, they totally spy on you, like to an insane degree, like to the point where if you have a Facebook app installed on your phone and you talk about cheesecake, they're gonna give you an ad for the Cheesecake Factory like 20 minutes later. However, it's not sniffing your phone for software. It's not sniffing your phone for data and mining it and sending it off to a country that has literally zero consumer protection.
Okay. So you're all for banning TikTok?
Oh, I couldn't give two craps about TikTok.
I like TikTok. I'm not on it, but I enjoy the videos that my friend sends me through WhatsApp.
It's just fine. Once it dies, somebody else will pick up the
Which is what I said. Which is exactly what I had to people. I said Vine died, we went to Instagram, then TikTok kind of rose, and now they're at the TikTok. So, or back to YouTube. So it's true. I miss me some Vine. I got in the game too late.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. My whole thing is that TikTok for me was just a Vine supplement until I got bored, and then I deleted it off my phone. That's it.
I've never had it on my phone. I had no interest in it until I still don't really have an interest in it. It's my partner in another podcast show and another web series who's wanted to start doing stuff on it, but to get me engaged, she said, "You can't download TikTok, but I will screen certain videos and send them to you, the ones that I think you like." And I actually enjoy what she sends me. And it's funny because as we're just about to ramp up to start our TikTok exclusive stuff, this is what's happening. And it kind of happened with Vine too. As soon as I was convinced to start producing for Vine, and me and the former host produced Lonely Vader, which is a Vine exclusive. That silly little web series. As soon as we were planning season 2, Vine is gone, and there goes season 2 because I wasn't gonna put it on YouTube. It's too much work. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but I don't care either. But I thought it was funny that everybody's freaking out about TikTok and it being disappearing. So I wanted to.
Yeah, I mean they do like objectively crappy things. They censor people if they have political views that go against China or support Hong Kong.
Yeah, there's something
their software. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm thinking. I forgot what my friend had said. There's one like hashtag or one subject that has completely been wiped off of TikTok, and I forget what it was.
Winnie the Pooh, maybe.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
That too, but no. It was something, some current event, something. Any video.
Probably anything pro Hong Kong.
Was all wiped off.
Has to be anything pro Hong Kong.
Anything pro Hong Kong. They have software that specifically looks for what they perceive as beauty, and that's what they promote to the front. However, it only covers what is perceived as beauty from a white person's perspective. The software is wild.
Isn't politics aside, because it's their platform, isn't it their right to do that?
Of course it's their right, but it's also everybody else's right to call them out on their bullshit.
No, of course. Because I remember us having a conversation like this about this before, where we discussed what the platform rights versus freedom of speech and everything, and it was interesting. I think it was that was for Twitch. We were talking about
this has nothing to do with freedom of speech. This has everything to do with them doing this and totally obfuscating it from the public. And then once people find out, they realize how crappy the software is.
All the software's crap. I think at this
Besides,
point,
we're all way too old to be on TikTok, anyways, bro.
No,
exactly. Get the fuck off TikTok. You're not 12.
Have you seen some of the videos? Some of the funny adults are on there. Some of the funny stuff. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna move on to what's new in the gaming world.
Oh, we're doing that.
Well, I sent you the thing. Are we doing that? Yeah, I mean, certain things are going to stick around. All right, so while you do that, we're going to go to No Geek Sky update. Let's talk about our last time we were on together. It was last week, and what we did and did not do. Roz, since you're the master and commander, give us a little rundown of what we did and did not accomplish last week on No Geek Sky.
I mean, we all kind of got together on Darth's world and tried to help him get together some better materials for his base. He also needed to get ahead on his main quest, but shit, I think you blew him out of the water, man. Like, you're halfway through the game already.
Who, me?
Yeah.
That's because I got it because we were playing the game.
Because you bailed on us.
No, you said, Jay, why don't you go into your game, and what I'll do is I'll hop back and forth between you and Flex to help you guys out. You came around and you kind of disappeared, but I kept on going, and I was in the zone, man. I was like, because Roz is like, you need to get the hyperdrive quest, and I was like, all right, whatever. So I go back to my own thing, and I started working on it. But I got into some kind of zone at this point. I was like, yeah. And I remember they were talking, like it was a Garbanzo and Roz, right? You guys were talking, and then all of a sudden the voices just stopped, right? And I noticed it, but I thought you guys muted yourselves, so I kept on playing.
You know, I just want to say that was like about 1 a.m. in the morning almost.
Yeah,
so that was like 4.5 hours later. You just vanished into your game. You were deep in that, man. You became your guy.
Because yeah, exactly. I felt it, especially when I was in the space station and walking around, and I don't know, I'm obsessed with getting all the language nuggets. Those I love it. I love it. It's every time I see one, I grab it.
Oh, I see it. Like you'll see it, you're like, ah!
I love it. Ooh, that's
shiny.
all I want to do.
Ooh,
all I want to do is I want to get all the language things that I can move on to something else.
See, that's actually one of the reasons why I'm actually a little bit nervous about actually starting that, because I have it downloaded. I gotta just open it and start to do the tutorial. Because my ADD, I'm never gonna turn off this game. I'm gonna be lost for days. And I mean, like you guys have sent a search party after me and shit.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no!
What? How?
I don't know. I just pushed it down and the screen itself pushed in, and now it's like.
So basically, Flex just messaged us on Skype saying he broke his screen. Is that why you're silhouetted, or is that because you turned the light off?
Because the light from his monitor.
I turned the light off for my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's just my actual screen is just doing this.
Oh, that sucks. Actually, this silhouette. I like this silhouette. We should do this.
So like right next to the camera.
Send us a picture.
I guess when I opened it up, I used my thumb too hard and it kind of just cracked.
That's exactly what she said. Take a picture, send it to the chat.
Man.
And there's just like a straight line and a black spot on the top.
Yeah, send it to our chat.
Yeah, I gotta see this. Yeah, we gotta see this, and then we can create a troubleshooting or whatever.
I guess you gotta buy a new computer sooner rather than later.
There you go. Well, do good. You're making it just in time. So Garbanzo, Flex, when you were playing, you wanna give us a rundown of what was going on with you?
So at first, I had no fucking clue what was going on, but then I kind of got the hint of it. The game is very complex in the sense that it's pretty.
It's stupid.
It's pretty practical. It's
stupid meticulous.
It's just a lot to do. Like again, like Roz mentioned, this is the game. Like when we talked last week, this is a game that we might just play once a month because we need to actually catch up and do our due diligence to actually be where we need to be.
Yes.
So definitely gonna start doing that. But from what I've seen, the game is really fun. I mean, Roz was nice enough to build you and me a house on this really nice beach planet, so we can have our love chop.
Can we get back to this one though? Remember, we can't get back to our others. On the last time we played, I was able to get back to it. I was able to get back to because I was able to jump now that I had the drive. So I was able to get back to all the planets I used to be at.
So that's what you need, man. You need the hyperdrive.
Yeah, the hyperdrive. It was funny. It was interesting. But I like when I have to do the fetch quests and I realize I have more than enough that I need because I'm over mining everything. It's great. And the biggest thing is that Mr. Roz jumped into my I guess world or server real quick and give me a boatload of crap to sell, and I'm like rich beyond words. Like
that's awesome.
I think I have like 27 million or trillion. I don't know what it is, and it's great.
Hell?
Yeah, whatever he gave me, I sold. He's like, sell these, and my stuff went really high, and to buy equipment is, in my opinion, quite cheap. So it was great. It was great. So that's it. That's No Geek Sky. I don't remember what if you guys want to join us, we're gonna put in on our Facebook and our Instagram our usernames. Squeezy Bits is actually gonna be joining us as well to play some of that with us, and of course Garbanzo will be too. So we will starting Flex this week or next week. Starting next week, we'll be playing Friday nights. Probably 8 till we fall asleep, 7 till we fall asleep, whatever it is. So anybody who's welcome to join us, give us grief. We're gonna be there, clowning around. We've also semi committed to playing Minecraft Dungeon with each other. It's more fun. I wouldn't say it's more fun, but it doesn't require nearly as much commitment on our end, so we can play and jump in and jump out. So we will be, we're still in progress of working on how to, make a schedule where we're playing together online, so we can start streaming it on Twitch. Garbanzo, that's what we need to discuss is linking the Twitch to either my Xbox or your Xbox or Roz's Xbox or whoever's Xbox, and so we can start twitching live, and then I still have to be able to grab the video and put up on our site. So
the whole thing is, I was actually I know that we were thinking about even doing Mixer, but the problem is right now is that apparently Mixer's going away.
Exactly, that's what I said. Yeah. Ron spoke about it last week. Mixer's gone or going away, so we're going back to Twitch. So I have access to the Twitch account. I don't remember the access to the Twitch account, so we'll discuss it when we have our next meeting and get it going, because I'm committed to having a podcast once a week and having a live stream of our video games once a week and just seeing what happens. I mean, at most, it's just one more excuse for us to hang out and have fun. So, and any content I can get out of it is just a plus for the brand. So, absolutely. Video games out this week by Darth Flex. Are you ready?
Yes.
I prolonged it for you.
All right. So, we're going to start with the 8th for this week. So, actually, the 8th. So, we have Vigor for the Nintendo Switch. We have NASCAR Heat 5 for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. We have F1 2020 for the PC, PS4, Xbox One. We have Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon 2 for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Okay. We have Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town for the Nintendo Switch and the PC. We have Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise for the Nintendo Switch. We have Dead Stranding for the PC. We have Rocket Arena for the PC. Sorry, this is July 13th. We have Death Stranding, July 13th for the PC. Rocket Arena, PC, PS4, Xbox One. We have Neon Abyss, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and that is it for this week.
Oh wow, that was actually quick. This is when I usually cut and paste my description for our podcast, and it's over and done with. All right, so Roz actually is seeing someone at the door, so he's gonna miss this part. But I want to do a quick mini "Shut Up, I Love It," because I've been seeing this ad forever, not forever, but a lot lately, and I love it, and I want to share it. It makes me laugh all the time.
Shit.
What is it? What happened now?
Does the screen cracked even more?
Well, stop messing with it. All right,
stop touching it, dude.
That's what she said. It's called Morning Motivation with DJ Khaled, a Geico insurance commercial.
Oh my God, yes.
You saw it? Yes, you saw it, right? Okay, so I'm going to play it. Okay,
Can I open it, I guess?
Shut Up, I Love It. And that's all you need to know. So we're going to be reviewing that right now, and I'm going to chop this out and make it a Shut Up, I Love It. So I'm sharing my screen, suckers. There we go. Screen is shared. And...
Devin, did you know Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies?
Okay.
That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? DJ Khaled to be your motivational coach?
Yo, Devin, remember to brush in a circle motion. Thank you, DJ Khaled. Tiny circles, Devin. Do another one. Another one. Put in that work, Devin. Don't give up.
Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th.
Don't play yourself. Hit subscribe.
I love it. I love that commercial so much. It's just when he goes, another one, and then you see his face drop.
Small circles, Devin.
Exactly. He's like, put in that work. Look. I'm sorry, but every time I see that commercial, it's fantastic. I love every minute of it. So thank you. I just wanted to share that for the hell of it. So that's Shut Up, I Love It. That's all you need to know. All right, we're going back to what we're really here for. The state of Star Wars. I was hoping that Roz would be back by now, but let's get into it. The state of Star Wars. The box office downward trend. I want to break this down for you. Star Wars The Force Awakens. It opened up December 18th, 2015. And the box office was $2,223,624. Beautiful. It's lovely. The Last Jedi opens up December 15th, 2017, a mere 2 years later. Ended its box office with $1,333,539,889. That is a difference of $737,639,889 $608,703 difference. Okay. The Rise of Skywalker opens December 20th, 2019. Ending box office $1,704,144,248. That is a difference of $259,395,641 difference from The Last Jedi. But if you compare The Force Awakens to The Rise of Skywalker, that is a difference of $994,000,000 was $79,376. Almost $1 billion difference. That is a huge downward trend. Now, yes, that's a lot of money, but Disney and Lucasfilm have a fiduciary responsibility to shareholders, and that is awful. Okay.
Hey, where's Rogue One in all this?
Oh, I wasn't using. I was doing the mainline ones. Rogue One, I believe, hit $1 billion as well, and
Okay.
the only real flop was Solo. But Rogue One hit $1 billion. It's somewhere between the Rise. I think it made more than the Rise of Skywalker. If I was correct, it made more than the Rise of Skywalker.
It was just under $2 billion from what I heard.
Exactly. Well, no, it wasn't that far. It's between the Rise of Skywalker and the Last Jedi, but I'm pretty sure it made more than the Rise of Skywalker. But I have to double check that. But I was just referring to the sequel trilogy as a whole because that is where we're focusing on. Merchandise fail. Nobody's buying Star Wars merchandise of the sequel trilogy. Nobody. Roz, you're back. I just finished breaking down the numbers of The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. As we were discussing the box office downward trend and how there's an almost $1 billion difference between The Force Awakens and The Rise of Skywalker's ending total.
Correction, Rogue One worldwide box office was $1.056 billion.
Oh, okay. So the Rise of Skywalker, just under Rise of Skywalker. But the same point is that The Rise of Skywalker is a mainline saga film. It should never have been. It shouldn't even be close. But now we're in a merchandising fail. Okay, nobody's buying Star Wars the sequel trilogy stuff. None of it. It's clearance bins. No. What are they called? Licensees. Is that what they called? Wanna license or make anything for the sequel trilogy? It's a shame because that's where the money is. That's the reason why Disney purchased Lucasfilm was for the toys. That's where the real money was. That's what kept George Lucas's pockets fat all these years. And then of course the Star Wars movies for the most part have been critically skewered by both, especially by most fans, and it looks like the mainstream is turning on it as well, especially lately with the Last Jedi. That is the state of Star Wars, gentlemen. Let's discuss this. We can talk about money, merchandise, or critically skewering. Mr. Roz.
I mean, we are where we are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can place blame on people like Rian Johnson, etc.
Right.
But it's just fatigue.
I don't think so because
it's just fatigue. Because listen, we had 3 Star Wars movies for 28 years, I think it was. And then we had another 3. And how long was it between the second trilogy and this current trilogy? Was it another what, almost 20?
Another almost 20 years. Yeah.
So let's say an average of 3 movies every 25 years, right?
Right.
And then in the last 7 years, we've had how many movies?
5.
We've had the new trilogy.
5.
Solo.
Yeah, we've had 5.
Rogue One. That's a lot of Star Wars.
Yes. I see what you're saying.
Definitely fatigue.
Detractors would say that it can't be fatigue because if the audience loves it, they'll go for it. Because at this point, we're living in a world where Marvel can release 3 movies in the same continuity, in the same universe a year, and still, break the bank. So that's how they're saying that it can't necessarily be fatigue. It's got to be an inferior product because if people want to see it, if the product is good, fatigue doesn't exist. So that's what the detractors say when it comes to why it can't be Star Wars fatigue. It's just the product isn't good anymore. It's not that good, and the novelty for the Force Awakens have worn off. And they're seeing, and they're not pandering. At least they're not catering to the old fans, and then they're not bringing out anything interesting to entice the new fans. So basically, that's
there's nothing they could do that would please everyone. And I stick by fatigue because the fatigue is just because the product is inferior, and also there's nothing new in Star Wars. Like the original trilogy was like breathtaking, revelatory.
Right.
Like, there was nothing like it, and there has never been anything like it. The second trilogy, broke a lot of barriers when it came to CGI and filmmaking and whatnot, but it didn't hit as hard, but it was still a lot of new.
Right.
This current trilogy isn't doing anything that we haven't seen before. Like,
right. And that's
Star Wars
that was
isn't
a brave decision. That was a brave decision.
it's not, and really, where could it really go? Like, what could Star Wars do that is new and exciting? They did one movie that was exciting because it was such a freaking somber, soul-crushing movie, and that was Rogue One, and people loved that one overall, but that doesn't fit in the Disney, schemata, right? Like, it has to be uplifting, it has to be happy, it has to be Star Wars, and the happy story doesn't really hit like it used to. We're not 10, 12 years old, so we don't want everything tied up with a neat little bow at the end.
Well, I mean,
that's kind of how Star Wars has to go.
Well, the Revenge of Sith was that it kind of ended on a somber note. That was kind of melancholy, even though it attached.
But it was playing off of a shit story.
Well, but that was how there was. Even if the story was great, that was a story that George Lucas was going to tell. Episode 3 was always going to end on a low note, to make A New Hope be A New Hope. So, but that's exactly what they say George Lucas said.
Oh no, for sure. I'm just talking about, like, overall this new trilogy. It didn't do anything new.
No, and that's funny because that's apparently what George Lucas said when he saw The Force Awakens. Like, there's nothing new here. You guys didn't do anything. You didn't bring any new technology, any new ships, any new anything. It was just all HD versions of the Carry on.
So everyone knows that if anyone thumps the Star Wars Bible in this group hard, it's always been me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always, and a lot of times I usually do wear those rose-colored glasses when it comes to the franchise as a whole.
Yes, you spent way too long defending The Last Jedi.
I didn't really defend The Last Jedi, but we're not going to go into that right now.
I will bring up every audio clip where me and you went back and forth with The Last Jedi.
Please don't.
Please. I want to hear what he has to say. Please.
But at this, I'm a little disheartened with the way the franchise has gone. The story was average. Wasn't horrible. Lackluster for what it could have been. I to this day still regret that they never used so much from the Legends. That would have been an outstanding. It would have been something new, something different that has never been seen on screen before.
If they did Thrawn's Heir to the Empire or the Yuuzhan Vong, I think we would have had a different story to tell.
No. If they would have done Heir to the Empire or the Yuuzhan Vong, we would be sitting here talking about
absolutely
how amazing. Did you we finally get to see those the bio ships that they described so much in detail.
Even if they did a different version of the Yuuzhan Vong, it doesn't even have to be used. It could just been an extra. That's the next step. You had just the rise and fall.
I would have like, I can just picture us sitting here talking about how Chewie sacrificed himself to save Han's to save Han's son.
To save Kylo.
You know what I'm saying? It's to save Ben Solo. Actually, no, sorry, it was Anakin Solo.
True, but I mean, we were using the same assets from the sequel trilogy.
They didn't want to pay R.A. Salvatore and Timothy Zahn anything.
Hey,
well, I mean, that's true. They wouldn't have brought Thrawn back in Rebels.
Oh, that was because of the outcry. Oh,
yeah, exactly.
There was okay. The one thing I will say is that when they started seeing their money disappear,
right?
They were like, "Oh shit, we're in trouble.
Let's bring in the good shit.
We have to bring in the big guns. Who are the big guns? Timothy Zahn. Hey, Tim, I want to thank you so much for all the things you've done. Really, you guys basically retconned all my shit." He goes, "Oh, but here's an opportunity to make things new.
Yeah,
you can do anything you want with these characters from scratch."
Well, remember, it was you and I, Flex. We sat through the writers thing at Star Wars Celebration.
Hold on.
No, we weren't. We were okay.
No, we weren't.
Okay, we were okay. And Timothy Zahn was there, and he actually discussed how.
Oh, that one.
Remember, yes, that one. Remember, they had asked him how difficult was it to take a character and a subject character and bring him into a different time period that he didn't technically exist in. And remember, what did he say? That it was pretty easy. Just Was that what he said? You remember?
Well, he was saying that it was pretty easy because he just had so much, like, I mean, Thrawn is Timothy Zahn in the sense.
Right.
So, like,
Exactly.
For him, it was pretty flawless to just write whatever story he wanted.
Yeah, just pluck them out and
that
just drop them in the Rebels time
like
frame.
I said,
yeah.
I mean, that's his
because
pick.
he's that good. But the thing is that we also lost like people like Aaron Alistair, who wrote most of the X-Wing books, which he passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
And but his stuff is now basically stuff of legend. But I mean, okay, sorry, that's for another part of it. But listen, what I'm trying to say is basically the short and curly of it is I'm really disheartened with the way that where they've gone, because they could have done so much better. I think that it has a lot to do with the leadership over there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that people like oh my God, Filoni and other guy.
Favreau or
Oh yeah.
or you
Filoni
mean
and Favreau?
or
No, you're right. It was Favreau. So
right.
with
and Pablo
Favreau
Hidalgo.
and Pablo Hidalgo, thank you, and Filoni, who they are true to the ideal of Star Wars. They understand the canon. They understand everything that has come before them. They know what the wonder of storytelling is. Not some weird lady in a pantsuit. And I'll leave it there.
Flex, the state of Star Wars.
You guys remember that one time when Indiana Jones found a wreck from space and it was a skeleton of Han Solo and he thought Chewie was the Sasquatch?
Is this from Robot Chicken?
No, this was a comic I read in elementary school.
No, I had no.
Obviously, then. I agree with everything you guys say. Yeah, it's, ditto. It sucks. I think I remember when the sequel trilogy started coming out. I was like defending them hard, and then we sat down and had that smoothie talk. I was like, all right.
Oh yeah. The Last Jedi. I broke you with the Last Jedi because I was.
Yeah.
I tore that narrative apart. I just couldn't. I didn't get it. It was terrible.
To me, it just feels that people with great capacity to do great things are doing the bare minimum. That's all I have to say about it. Because
they have that Disney money. They
like
overvalue
they should know better, and they definitely can do better. So what is their excuse, honestly? That's all I can say about it. Because fuck, bro.
They were told it's a bona fide hit. It's a hit. We know they're gonna come out and watch it. Let's just make sure it's flashy and you don't really think too much into it. Just throw it out there. Throw it out there like they do the Fast and the Furious movies. Just throw it out there. Cool.
Bro,
that's what they wanted. They wanted a Fast and Furious like franchise.
Exactly. It's not that hard, bro. Look, if someone can write a book about having power over somebody just by knowing their true name, super simple in the universe, why can't they make a good Star Wars sequel movie?
Good point. We're gonna move with that. What you do? What?
Yeah. So I was talking about the Wizard of Earthsea. Good book.
The what?
The Wizard of Earthsea.
Oh.
By Ursula K. Le Guin.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Doesn't even matter. All right, we move on to the curious case of Kathleen Kennedy. Now, there's a rumor that there was a Disney board meeting and she wasn't invited. But then when she was invited, they broke down the box office numbers. They broke down the merchandise numbers. They broke down the value of the property of Lucasfilm before and during and currently right now her reign. And basically they showed a downward trend. They basically built a case against her. So the rumor is she'll be stepping down in 2021 to start a female-centric production company. Here's the thing. You may love her or hate her, she was picked by George Lucas. We all have to remember that. George Lucas picked her to run Lucasfilm. That was part of the deal. It's you can buy it. I want to install Kathleen Kennedy. She had to.
She's amazing. That's why, dude.
She's what?
Have you seen her production history? Like what she was executive producer on? She had an eye for making sure the right movies happened. This was just a misfire on Lucas's part. Place the blame wherever you're going to blame, but she got to the position she's in on her ability. Genuinely, I don't like what she did with Star Wars at all. I think she's been a fucking travesty for it, but you cannot take away the fact that her filmography on executive production list is absolutely insane.
Some would
Like,
say she was riding the coattails of giants, though. Steven Spielberg or George Lucas of other things, because those were the visionaries that she was the EP for.
yeah, but you don't get to be the EP without, some ability. She doesn't just come out of a Dead Space.
Of course.
I mean, my God, she co-executive produced Inner Space.
I never saw that.
A horrible movie. It's amazing.
It's amazingly horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
But
I just wanted to
wonder. I wonder. I mean, I know you saying with her ability, but Lucas had to have seen something.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like she wouldn't have been a pick.
Not just because of her ability and her creativity, but to be the steward of his brand. There's a trust level there. What did he see? What did he know? What was the conversations? Because I've rewatched that interview where she has said in front of him on camera that I am going to protect your characters and just like you would, and it would be, you're just going to be the keeper of the flame, but I'm going to make sure that things are great, and we're not going to devalue the product. We're not going to disrespect the world you've created. Like, she said all these things on camera, and then she shepherded the wreck of this universe. So it boggles my mind that every time I listen to something that says Kathleen Kennedy sucks, I keep going back to, well, George Lucas picked her.
And
just to give... saw a mirror.
Yep.
Okay.
Because he saw because the best Star Wars movies were the ones where George Lucas's ex-wife was involved in.
Correct.
Marsha Lucas, hands down. Anybody that says otherwise doesn't know what they're saying. Yeah. The moment she divorced George and he went on his own, and especially with the new trilogy,
right?
He saw Kathleen Kennedy as a kindred spirit. She saw things the exact same way he did. Because these new movies, we would have more than likely hated whatever new trilogy George Lucas created. Like, probably, yeah. I'm dead ass serious about that. Because the previous trilogy that just came out 20 years ago, was generally panned by fans of the originals because he had total control over it. Right. He got to make the movie that he saw in his vision. He's not a great writer. He's not a great editor. He has a good idea.
Someone to kind of, he didn't have someone kind of rein him in. He needed someone to balance him.
Yes.
The thing is that George,
Marsha.
Thank you. Exactly. So when you have someone like George Lucas, he's an idea guy. Okay.
Yes.
Now, every time you have an idea guy, you need to have someone who's an executioner. Someone who's going to execute the idea, because the idea guy is not always going to be the best person to execute the idea. Okay, it's like having a proper marriage. You have someone who comes up with a bunch of ideas for the house, and then the other person. Basically, it is very much like us, But the problem is that most of us are idea guys too. But it's just a perfect example was just that that's what ends up happening. Now, I'm not saying anything about Kathleen's previous stuff, because honestly, if you look at some of her stuff, I'm talking about all the Back to the Future movies, okay. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Batteries Not Included, Empire of the Sun, the Land Before Time, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and we're talking about some of the more stuff like
The Color Purple, Twilight Zone movie, E.T.
What's it called?
Money Pit. Like, these are amazing movies.
Cape Fear. Really? Cape Fear? Dude, seriously. Schindler's List? She was in
Did you already mention all the Indiana Jones movies?
And all the Indiana Jones movies. Oh, and the Flintstones movies, because you can't, ups and downs. But at the same time, it's like and she has an amazing pedigree when it comes to that kind of stuff. I mean, she's also, The Last Airbender. We're not going to go there. Anyways.
Well, I mean,
she's a behind-the-scenes person that was
that's what I'm saying. All you're saying is that she's good at executing other people's ideas. When I'll put her in charge of Lucasfilm, it's her ideas, and then how you execute her ideas and her agenda.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
That's a bigger step than being able to.
And I think that if they would have put somebody, you needed somebody who had a love for the franchise. I mean, I'm sure she thought Star Wars was cool. maybe it was good or she was a fan.
I don't think so.
I don't really think so. I'm saying I don't know for sure or not.
I think she just
Maybe-
saw money bags. I just she saw dollar signs.
All I'm sorry to see the way that it ended up going, and I'm sure that she will go on to make some produce amazing films, kind of like how Rian Johnson did Knives Out. Fantastic for them, but it's just
Look at Ross's face.
Some people don't fit, man.
that's the thing is you can't just because you fit in a square peg.
That's
I
what
knew
she
you were
said.
gonna say that.
You're gonna fit in a
I knew
round
it.
peg.
I knew it. But that thought came right into my head. All right. Well, I mean, here's hoping, and I say stepping down very generously because it looks like she's being fired. They just have to do it in a certain way. So
Yeah, I think they're just giving her the out. They're like, you do this
Yeah.
or
yeah,
You don't fire somebody like that. They're just like, please let us get someone else.
She's too big to fail. So, but yeah. So hopefully 2021.
Who did they put in though?
Well, Jon Favreau is they're trying to court him to do it. I don't want him to do it. I want Dave Filoni. I want.
You know why I don't think it'd be Favreau? That dude likes doing too many other things.
I agree.
Yeah.
True, but apparently the way the story is
Tarantino.
that he was so upset with The Last Jedi that he petitioned Disney and Lucasfilm to get involved in the Mandalorian. He's like, I want to do Mandalorian. And he had they wanted to make Mandalorian a Boba Fett show, and he was saying, no, I want to prove to the community that we can bring new characters, new things.
Thank you.
And still,
That's the point.
That's what he championed. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a passion project for him, but
exactly.
But like I said, he doesn't. That dude, he's a great director, but if you see his filmography, everything he does is different from the last thing.
Right.
He doesn't like repeating himself. So like becoming the Star Wars guy, like while I'm sure for us would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wants to go and direct some little shitty mom and pop, comic book store movie or something. He the guy's got other ideas. Filoni, I could see that.
Yes.
I definitely could see Filoni taking up, or even Pablo Hidalgo,
or both. Let them tag team it.
Yeah. But it's a team effort.
I honestly think that if they make them co-heads of the franchise, maybe one dealing with strictly film and one dealing with strictly animation,
or TV,
or like
TV and film.
TV and film, and separating the two,
right?
And then having somebody else come into the multimedia, whatever it is.
Yeah,
just separating and segmenting.
They contract Geek Bros as consultants, and we just go from there.
Yeah.
Okay, I got an
CD
idea.
Project Red.
These guys aren't doing anything right now. What about D.B. Weiss and David Benioff, huh?
Yes. Well,
nope. They have a Netflix deal.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought the Netflix deal fell through.
No, I understand it's still there because remember they were going to Star Wars next.
I know. They got canned because
they didn't, well, this story is that they signed with Netflix and it was too much work, so they left the Star Wars project. So that's the story. But no,
Disney was like, y'all killed Game of Thrones. You gotta go.
Yeah, we can't do another Rian Johnson. You guys gotta go. So.
But I mean, I'm hoping for the best. We'll see what happens next year. I don't know. It's gonna take a lot for me to get me to go see a new Star Wars movie in the theater. I'm gonna tell you that much right now.
Tarantino directs it.
That's what I just said earlier. You guys are fucking. Is my mic not working?
It is working.
No, it is. I heard you. I heard you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know what's interesting? I mean, like Garbanzo said, he has hope. Honestly, like I felt pretty down, but then that last celebration we went to in Chicago, the minute I walked into that Mandalorian panel, and until this day, that's been the little spark of hope that's been keeping things going for me, man.
The little spark of hope that'll light the fire of the rebellion.
Yeah,
yes.
I think Disney Plus is going to be able to do it right. I think the shows that end up on Disney Plus are going to end up putting that fire, that passion back into fans.
Absolutely,
because they have the time.
That too, but
it's not a 2-hour movie, so they have the time to flesh it out.
There's nothing else.
But if you see the capacity of a simple show like The Mandalorian, which in my opinion is significantly better than any of the sequel movies that have come out.
Oh God,
except for maybe the first 30 minutes of Force Awakens. But and I think that's just because me and Garbanzo cried when we saw the trailer for the first time ever at Star Wars Celebration. I don't think anything
legit tears streaming down my face.
We were in line, just waiting for a panel, and then the trailer released. We saw it; it was great. as soon as we saw the Falcon come in, boom, done. And then what killed us both at the end is like the Chewie. We're home. I'm like, oh.
I wish I knew you guys.
Oh
I
man,
wish I
hold
was
on,
there
hold
for
on.
that.
Let's not retread this because I'm just gonna feel sad again about how it turned out.
Yeah, but still, you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. And so
Uh-huh.
we're gonna move on to the final topic of our special: Disney to retcon the sequel trilogy. Now this is another rumor, and they're gonna use the Veil of the Force. So the Veil of the Force debuted in A World Between Worlds in Star Wars Rebels. While the other rebels engage the Imperial Force outside the Jedi Temple, Ezra gains access inside and experiences a revelation. I'm going to play a little bit of this for those who don't know, because I know a lot of people who don't watch the cartoons. This is what the Veil of the Force is. I'm going to share my screen, play a little bit of it, and you guys will then know what we were referring to.
God damn it! I wish my screen worked.
Train yourself every day. You fear to lose. You need you already have. Unfortunately, he's letting it all go. I won't let him lose his way. Like I do.
Now, what you're looking at is a portal, apparently, that gives you access to all the timelines in the Star Wars universe, past, present, and future. And you can actually manipulate it. So if I move a little further, as you can see him walking through, he's going to talk. We're going to go right here to where Ahsoka is actually about to fight finish off Darth Vader. And this is how he impacts that timeline.
It can't be.
Love this battle, by the way. It's fantastic.
Heartbreaking.
It is.
What? What can I do?
Okay. So as you see, he altered, in theory, Ahsoka's fate, because by pulling her through the world between worlds, and that is how Ahsoka lives, basically. So I guess in theory he dies because he would have sliced her at that moment. That is the pretense upon which they would retcon the sequel trilogy, and thus relegating the sequel trilogy to Legends. The idea is that when Palpatine was thrown down the shaft, he teleported himself.
That's what she said.
Yes, to a clone body. But in this continuity, he would have teleported himself into the Veil of the Force and either got trapped in there or something happened and he never made it out, thus never being able to orchestrate the sequel trilogy. And that is how they would retcon the sequel trilogy. And I said sequel trilogy way too much. How do you guys feel about this potential? I mean, this is far-fetched. I mean, but
it's some random dude named Victor von Doomcock. Just
yes.
talking. It has like no source. I mean, it'd be cool because I hate the new trilogy.
Well, I mean, it's if they do it, it wouldn't be for the fans. It'd be because of the shareholders. But basically,
sure, the financials.
But how it seems likely. I've heard rumors of certain things, and they've come true. You've heard the same Victor Van Doomcock and Midnight's Edge. They reported on troubles on Rogue One, on troubles on Solo, and these things have actually turned out to end up being true. So, is it possible that Disney is thinking about just wiping the slate clean and starting over again with a new sequel trilogy? I would think it'd be a stupid idea. But what do you guys feel? What do you guys think?
May I go first?
Yes, sir.
So, I don't think it's a good idea.
Right.
Because first of all, it didn't really fall too well with the fans when it came to the Legends and canon stuff. Like all the original books were fantastic. Obviously, this new content is not fantastic, except for Rogue One and the first 30 minutes of Force Awakens. But
you You mean the first 30 minutes of Force Awakens and the last 45 minutes of Rogue One? Carry on.
Whatever. So I mean, to quote Pet Sematary, man, some things are better left dead, bro. Like, you know, you risk bringing worse things into the world by trying to revive something that should just be left at peace. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, you retcon it. What? You make a new story.
Yes.
Very good chance it's gonna suck because of the way things have been going. So now you have two different. So now you suck on two alternate universes, right?
Well, why do you immediately believe it's gonna suck? What if they learn from their mistakes and they
Just
actually
reboot it a third time.
God forbid,
Because
plan out the entire story? Listen, can we all admit that part of the main reason why the sequel trilogy sucks is because they didn't have a plan? So if that's obvious, and everybody said it from here to Kingdom Come for the last 6 years, you guys didn't have a plan. So what does Disney do?
But
we create a plan.
How about this?
Bring back George Lucas, create a plan.
Take that same plan you have and write it into a different story. It doesn't have to be that same timeline. It doesn't have to be that same characters. As much as the movies weren't great,
back they want to fix the lore.
Listen,
what about fixing the
we are the fans. We are the fans. I'm talking about it right now. Yeah. Listen, you know, like I was saying, just take that plan and take it to a different story. As much as I do not like the way the sequels ended, I am okay with the ending in the sense that, okay, the movies are probably over, which, again, with the ending of the Rise of Skywalker, seems like it was pretty open-ended, but I am okay if it ended it there. You put that time and energy to actually make a plan to give me something like the Old Republic, something like a Mandalorian story. If you're going to make Star Wars, stop showing us the same beat-up stripper that comes out on stage every single night. Give me some of the new blood. Give me some of the new content. Like, if you have the capacity, like, this is one thing that like I'm getting tired of, is seeing constant remakes and reboots and stuff. Listen, if you have the capacity and the time and the creativity to write a good story, write your own story. It could definitely still be Star Wars, but it doesn't have to be a Star Wars Skywalker saga. It doesn't have to be, you know, a prequel saga, which, okay, well, prequels like the Last Republic would be fine, but, you know, just leave the story how it is.
Doing the High Republic, so
just like, you know, just think of mortality. Everybody dies at some point. Just let them be. Let them be. Get your story.
So,
and
to sum up what you're saying is, you know, forget the past, kill it if you have to.
You don't have to kill it. It's over. It's over. It's there. It's not going to change. The fact that it happened is never going to change. And I believe, as much as the movies weren't good, the story that we have now definitely gives us a lot to build upon for writing stories from before or in the future that are necessarily connected to this specific saga. That's how you create a universe. I mean, take it from Tolkien. I mean, how often in the books and in the movies do you recall someone like, I don't know, actually Glorfindel is pretty important, but someone like Morgoth, someone like, I don't know, shipbuilding, shit like that. Like, I think something like the Lord of the Rings or the Middle Earth stories are great. They built beautiful stories and built upon them. Never really came back to them so much. And if they did, it was solely in mention. I don't see why they can't do that.
I think that personally, I don't think they should retcon. It is what it is, and move forward. Also, I think it'd be a disservice to Carrie Fisher. That was being her last works. Now, if Carrie Fisher was still alive, and most likely she probably would be like, "Let's do this shit," and give us something completely kind of, you know, a little bit different. There's a lot of things that, like Star Wars itself has always been very tied, very close to my heart, and I honestly, it is where it is. Like, just learn and grow. Give me something new. Don't take off the case and put the same shit inside. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's like, stop giving me a different box of cereal. Just give me some flapjacks or like, I like waffles. I'll take some waffles.
I like waffles too.
Crispy or Belgian?
Ones.
Belgian all day.
Belgian. Dripping with
Belgian,
syrup.
real big
syrup.
Belgian. unless there's a waffle, one of those like waffle makers, and then I'll just take
so
one
you
of
can get
those
a
all
nice
day
little
long.
crispy waffle.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah, they get
Like
the
a
crunch
chicken
and get
thigh in there.
Belgian.
The Belgians get soggy like that. It's.
That's why you eat them immediately. Those are not things
Yeah, you
you,
gotta eat,
you
yeah.
let sit.
I mean, if you're gonna have a Belgian waffle, just have pancakes.
Pancakes
Agreed.
aren't that thick. We want them
With
thick.
They don't
honey
have the
mustard
holes
and
for the
fried chicken.
syrup.
No, they
I
don't.
need holes for the syrup.
Just take the syrup to the head.
Pussy.
Why was that hot? I don't know. It was kind of hot. Mr. Roz.
Okay, so no, they're never gonna reboot this thing again. I don't think they should if they ever intended to. Like everybody else said, what's dead is gone. Leave it in the ground. If they do really want to make a new trilogy, I think their biggest mistake was having multiple directors and multiple writers for every single movie.
Thank you.
One of the best, actually, not one of the best.
You mean without a plan, because the original trilogy
Forget
had
plan.
that.
Like even if you had a great plan, I'm going to suggest something. If you're going to make a trilogy of movies and you set out to make, boom, 3 movies, and you know they're going to be 3 movies, do it like Peter Jackson did with The Lord of the Rings. Get your cast together, film the whole fucking thing back to back, release it year after year after year.
Absolutely.
You have cohesion. You have the ability to keep everything going the way you want it. You have your actors on deck. You don't have to worry about availability. And you have total control of the story. You never run the risk of having to switch directors or writers because of a writer's strike or this or that. I don't understand. New Line Cinema, like, nobody's ever tried to repeat what they did.
Right, but that was a risk. That was a
that
huge
worked
risk
out
they
and
took,
paid
yeah.
off. And what I'm
Right.
saying is, it's amazing that nobody's ever tried to repeat that.
Because I think nobody wants to spend the time and the money.
Yeah.
It's like
And to get a
that's
flop
the whole
like
thing.
that.
It's like how much.
But why?
How
Why?
nobody ever thought the new Star Wars was going to be a flop, is what I'm saying.
True. But conversely, though, Roz, the original trilogy did not technically have a plan. It had a singular visionary, yes,
Mhm.
but each movie had I believe either a different writer and definitely had a different director each
Yeah.
movie. So that worked out just fine.
But it was still George Lucas at the helm. It was
Right.
still
So
his
what
vision.
you're saying is if, as long as you have one singular vision,
Mhm.
the writers and the directors can change as long as there's somebody there shepherding the story to where it's supposed to be.
But I mean, I would think that something like Star Wars was absolutely well planned. I mean, I think he had this in the back of his mind while he was doing graffiti, just like, yeah, I need my fucking time to do this. Like, I think the sequels were just like, all right, fuck.
He thought it was one and done, though.
Yeah.
Initially, he thought it was
Yeah,
one and done.
And I mean, and I think the illusion of going forward. And I honestly, I love the prequels. A lot of people don't. I think they were well made, but also I was 9 years old. I don't know about you guys. You're
I like the
liking
concept. I like the
shit,
concept
but
of the prequels. I like the whole idea
Yes.
of
The concept is great.
of the corruption from within, and it slowly just like eats away at something that was pure. I mean, I don't know why people they cringe at it, but I remember nodding like ridiculously when Padme says, "So this is how liberty dies," with thunderous applause. I thought it was a great social commentary on.
It was the execution, man.
How she said it.
Everything, how it was framed, it was kind of really elementary. The writing was super juvenile.
I still like that particular piece of
yeah.
dialogue.
I'm just
That was
saying, like,
brilliant. But-
people cringe because of how the direction led the characters and how ham-fisted the dialogue was.
Right.
That's all. George Lucas had too much influence in the writing.
Well,
That's all it was.
he had a lot of yes men. That's the problem. He was surrounded by yes
They
men.
could have been. So, Roz, what you're trying to say is they could have been a little bit more subtle.
Yeah. They could have tried
It's like-
for any
it's
subtlety
gonna-
whatsoever.
Listen, these
They could've
movies
make
were
it,
for children, okay? They needed to spell it out for the kids, all right? For all the 9-year-old Darflexes out there.
yeah,
I
let's-
mean,
except for you guys, because you were
I'm
all
actually
in college.
I was
Yeah,
on the
we're
fence
in
for many years about the prequels, but after like my 6th or 7th watch through,
6 or 7.
yeah. Oh, no, dude, I have to understand. I've seen the original trilogy, I think, probably 30, 40 times.
Bro.
So there's a bit of a bias, you're saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've seen them a lot more, but I can can quote it for almost line by line. But with the prequels, I did the first couple times, like it was great because it was new. It was something beautiful. It was like new characters, people that I've never met before. You get lightsaber battles. I mean, I enjoyed the crap out of it. Pod racing, one of the coolest shits I've ever seen, and also one of the best games out there for the Super Nintendo. I was actually okay with the Gungans. They weren't my favorite, but I was like, Darth Maul. Jesus, come on!
Bro, Final Battle
best thing out of that trilogy.
100%.
But I think at the time I was also a little bit, I was also heavily influenced by some of my friends who were like, I can't believe they did this, I can't believe they did that, and I started like, yeah, I can see the negative.
Mean like fucking Eric?
Yes, he is
fucking.
No, he's actually.
Girl, I hope you're listening, motherfucker.
He's actually grown to be okay with the prequels now, more so than the sequels. Actually, kind of funny how that works. But as time went on, I definitely saw that I enjoyed him. I could sit there and I can watch Phantom Menace and enjoy the shit out of it. I can watch the Attack of the Clones and be okay and not. When he's like floating little pears and shit at her.
Watch the
sand is so bad.
And be okay.
And then of course,
you like the Last Jedi.
Revenge of the Sith. I actually think it's a great one.
Oh yes.
Yes. But like I said, I just I don't know.
Also, Kristen hated him. Very solid lower back.
Oh, guy.
Yeah, that was a nice picture. I'm not gonna lie.
It was great, but this was a great picture, great time. All right, guys. So, final thoughts on the state of Star Wars before we wrap this special up.
All right,
give me more games.
Oh yes.
Yeah, for sure.
More games, and
I'm done with the movies. TV show and games. That's it.
Yes,
absolutely, 100%.
Or animated series.
Yes.
Animated series or an anime series? What did you say?
Animated. I want to see an Ewoks animated movie.
No.
Or animated TV show about the Ewoks.
You mean what's that damn movie called?
With the two little kids?
Yeah. Shit. Wow, the movie's gone from my head. Battle for Endor. Battle for Endor.
It's not canon.
Give me a sequel to Battle for Endor.
There is.
Give me a prequel for Battle for Endor.
That's called Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, yeah.
A horror special where the Ewoks eat the stormtroopers.
They do. We see them eating.
But we haven't seen like an actual produced.
You want to see them pull them out of the armor.
I want to see what
Tarantino will direct.
You know what they can make a great special, kind of how they did with the Mr. Scrooge on Hulu. Do a death with the Death Troopers or with the zombies, that book.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
I would love to see that come to the screen. But I agree with both of you. More video games, more shows. And if you do decide to make a movie, you have no fucking excuse to give us the shit you've been giving us lately. Really, you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, who the fuck am I? But still, based on the stuff that we've seen that's been so simple, I mean, fuck, you have no excuse. It's like looking at the new Mass Effect and look at The Witcher 3, bro, come on, man.
Give me a Darth Revan trilogy.
Yes. With Keanu Reeves or not?
No.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it.
No, he's too viejito, guys.
He's what?
But he's gonna wear a mask most of the time, no?
Exactly. What's the point? If you don't get his wooden acting, why have Keanu?
I was about to make an argument for Pablo Pascal, but
I need Darth Maul.
You what? You need what?
Darth Maul. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, well, yeah, a little bit. It's a little lower. You need what? Darth Maul?
Yes, I want some more Darth Maul.
Okay.
But Darth Maul is dead. It's over.
Allegedly.
He's dead.
Maybe Ezra pulls him out before Obi-Wan kills him.
Oh God! Please, please,
okay.
no.
Can I hit the eject button? That's it, right? We're done, right?
That's good. That's it. That's it. Don't unsubscribe.
Unring the bell, please.
Just a Roz before you wrap it up.
I just said it. Yeah, more games, more movies, please.
That's it. Me personally, I would like to continue the saga films, but I want to do an extraterrestrial force. I want a version of Yuuzhan Vong. I think that'd be a great That's a good direction to take Star Wars in. I mean, you fought within, you fought with you know, now it's time to fight without. Let's do it. Let's just do something. Bring the Jedi back. Bring the Republic back. Let's do it. Kyle Katarn. Who that name?
Yes,
That
Shadow
name
of the
was-
Empire, bro.
Shadow of the Empire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say
the
that
Jedi.
good.
The Jedi. The Jedi. Oh my God, the video games.
The N64 game?
Dark
Jedi
Forces.
Outcast.
Shadows of the Empire, right?
Yeah, Dark Forces, Shadow of the Empire. I mean,
No, that was
what is
Dash
it?
Rendar.
Jedi Outcast and
Jedi Outcast. Yep.
what is it? Jedi Academy.
Good game, by the
Great.
way.
I'm just saying. All right, well, that's it for Keeping the Geek Bros, the State of the Galaxy special. Of course, you can check us out on Instagram and Twitter. That's Geek Bros with a 0, GEKB or 0S. Email us, geekbros with a 0, GEEKB or 0S at yahoo.com. Facebook.com, GEKB or 0S to find out all the great stuff. Listen to us practically every Wednesday night, WeBeGeeksPC.com, and then watch our fine faces, YouTube.com/Vibrep Studios. Gents, shameless promotions, Darflex.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Darth_Flex, and just know that this is how the Star Wars universe dies, with thunderous applause.
Garbanzo.
You can find me on the oh my God, the Gram and the Tweetas.
Drama.
That's gonna be BEANTKE278.
Twitter, the
Thank you.
twat. Mr. Roz.
You can find me on Instagram at Ray Raziel and on why not, on Twitter at Razayala.
Oh,
Grinder.
Twitter. Look at that. All right. Of course, you can find me at Vibe.
Upgraded.
That's Vibe Studios. That's VIBEREV Studios. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.com, YouTube. It's all the same place. All good stuff there. So check it out. So thank you for tuning in to Keeping the Geek Bros podcast. And remember, geeking out still sounds this good.
Wait,
Oh,
before you
oh.
sing, I want to do a quick shout out to Mama Bean, whose birthday is actually tomorrow.
Mama
Happy
Bean,
birthday,
happy
Mama
birthday.
Bean.
Happy birthday,
We love
Mama
you.
Bean. Great.
Feliz
She's always-
cumpleaños.
Felicidades. Feliz
always,
Navidad.
supporting us. I think she's always the number one, always hitting likes first. It's great. So yes, happy
Yeah, she
birthday. We
really
really
is.
appreciate it. She is. That's great. It's fantastic. Does she actually listen to this? I hope not, because I think we make a terrible impression. Mama Bean.
Just in case she does, if not, we can always cut this and shoot it somewhere into the world.
Okay, good. Well, then I want to add this to it. Mama Bean, you still owe me a date. You said you found a woman for me, and you did not follow through. You were there. You were there.
/
Asked if I was single,
I
and
think it's because she's actually watched the thing,
what thing?
the show.
Oh,
Porno?
I'm a good guy off air, okay? And that's it for Keeping the Geek Bros. And remember, Vibe is still single.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.